So basically what I'm saying is, if it's working the way that it should be working, I'm going to go to Wadisham approach, and now 125805 has gone into standby.
Well, that's brilliant.
So
that's quite a feature.
my name is Tim Palmer. I fly a Jodel DR1050 out of this farm strip in East Anglia.
Hotel Squawk 4575, basic service outside controlled airspace, QNH 1020.
4575, 1020 outside airspace, Golf Echo Hotel.
If you watched my Kitty Hawk fly-in video, you would remember that I took the direct route, transiting Southend ATZ via their overhead. They were extremely busy and it resulted in lots of holds and orbits before we finally got the clearance. That wasn't too bad, as the air was very still and the flight was very smooth. I like the Trig equipment. I have a Trig TT21 transponder and a Trig TY91 radio, but they can be fiddly to select squawks and frequencies and virtually impossible if we're being thrown around on turbulent days, and we've had plenty of those this summer.
4, 5, 7, 5.
Golf Echo Hotel, what's your requested region to controlled airspace?
My request is from here, your overhead, and then continuing in south down towards the jet link.
Golf Echo Hotel, remain outside controlled airspace, contact Southend Director 128.965, call sign only.
128.965, call sign only, Golf Echo Hotel. What is that number? 129.
128.965.
128. Nine 128.965. Yep. Southend Director, Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel.
Golf Alpha Yankee Echo Hotel, Southend Director, cleared to cross Southend controlled airspace, routing by the overhead, then on track to Sheerness, VFR, not below altitude 2,000 feet, not above altitude 2,400 feet.
Well, that took a while.
I'll turn that off now.
We met and talked with a number of pilots about this year's conditions at the fly-in, and I was very interested in the SD link which one of the pilots had fitted to the back of his Trig. He praised the fact that it was easy to fit, easy to use, and made frequency selection a one-touch process. I decided that I would research this when I got back, especially as a return trip was another very bumpy one. Well, my package has arrived from Germany, so it's really just a matter of opening it up and seeing what's inside. I don't know quite what to expect. But there we are. The adapter BLE Bluetooth for the Trig TY91, and that, I understand, just attaches to the back of the Trig, and then the other unit plugs onto the end of it. But let's see what the paperwork has to say. Okay, so talks about the unit itself. Tells you how you need to set up on SkyDemon and what you need to do. Because one of the things I think you can do is you can either set it up to go onto your current radio frequency, or you can put it on standby. I think I put mine on standby. So there we are, that's what it looks like. You've got the Trig, and then this new link, and then the old connection, and it seems to be as simple as that. So we'll take it over to the aircraft and see what happens. On firing up the radio before I started the work, I noticed that the firmware version was too old, and this meant I had to have an upgrade. Duncan came to my rescue and was good enough to dive under and behind my panel to remove the radio and the controller. James at Trig in Edinburgh was very helpful when I phoned him, and I submitted an upgrade request, boxed up the unit and sent it off to them. Well, the Trig has now come back from Edinburgh, having had a firmware update. Very nicely packed and sensibly packed in a secure way. This was inside another package, but yeah, too well packed. Basically what I want to do is I want to get out the radio head, which is this bit here, as many of you will know, because what I want to do is show you my new gizmo. Now this is an SD link that's come in from Germany, and the idea being that this piece will simply, and I don't know, need to work out exactly which way round, but this bit will link on. Yes, I was being a little bit careful-handed, but it's also fairly difficult to do this and look through the viewfinder. But that simply pushes onto the back of the unit, and we secure that down. Now normally you do this in the back of the aircraft or in situ, but the reason was, as I think I've already mentioned, is that when I actually came to check the firmware on this radio, which I had installed in 2017, was not up to scratch to work with this. But the next job is to place this back into the aircraft, to fit the original plug into there, and put this back in place, and then the rest happens through the SkyDemon and the iPad, and hopefully I'll be able to show you that now. So you're going to put the unit in first, eh?
I'm going to put the unit in first. I'll put this on the floor. Right. As you repeat, I don't see why I should be the one head down in the footwell. It's your aeroplane.
Well, I do appreciate it. You've got much younger bones than me.
Whatever makes you feel all right about it, Tim. Right. Put that there so I can actually see. So, put the aerial there. Easy enough to connect.
Yeah.
And it should just clip.
Because there's a tray, isn't it?
There is a tray. It sort of slots in on the top and then just clips in. So I can just get that under. I can't really see, but it's quite simple. Just as well, seeing it's us doing it. Nice satisfying click.
It is. Sounds good.
I think that's in.
Good.
Seems to be secure. So, we loosened this off last week, didn't we?
Yeah,
Just left
you
it
did.
hanging there. And this is just a single plug, isn't it?
Yeah.
The lever is that one there. Make sure we got it the right way up. That'd be inconvenient, wouldn't it? It's simple enough there. Should be enough movement on the cable. So I've just got to line these up, which you can't really see to do. So I can do it by feel.
Yeah.
That's about there. If I can just find one of them. So one on there. Oh yeah, look at that. That will help me align the others much easier. I can see the thread of the next one. Just get that to bite. Come on, you want to. It's got that one. The other three up. One. 2. 3. Just double check them. One's done up. One's done up. One's done up. On top, one's done up. On there. Nice easy self-tappers. I don't want to knit these up too tight because I'll simply strip out the dash behind it. In one there. That's it. Double check.
In SkyDemon, open the configuration menu via the gear icon. Here, hit Connectivity. Under the third-party devices, select Add Bluetooth device. SDTY9X. This is the name of the adapter, but it can be edited, and I changed mine to SD Trig. Tick device type radio. The Trig TY91 will not appear in the radio type list, but select Garmin GTR 225 compatible. Then decide if you want the frequency to be sent to the active or standby windows. I wanted standby. the last thing to do is to hit the save button to keep all of your changes. In order to test the system, I went into create a route and I typed in Norwich. I then went into the simulation tab, and when this was running, I opened the radio tab. You get a red dot.
Oh, right, up on that, yeah.
But then if you can zoom in on that.
Here we go. So.
Okay, so basically what I'm saying is, if it's working the way that it should be working, I'm going to go to Watersham approach, and now 125805 has gone into standby.
Well, that's brilliant.
So
that's quite a feature. Do another one, Tim.
Okay, so we're getting nearer to Norwich. So when we want Norwich radar. Okay, so that's 119355. So we're looking for that down to change to that. So Norwich radar, I'm pressing it.
Yeah, there it is.
Instantaneously.
Seriously, that's brilliant. That is really handy.
I wish they could do one for the transponder.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the return, we need to go back to Watersham.
Yeah,
so that changes it. And then when we get back to here, we've got safety comm, which is already on. So actually,
that's very impressive.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
That is very good.
Success.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for all your help. I do appreciate it.
My neck hurts.
Yeah. Well, we found £2
£2. Yeah,
in the back, so that's yours.
Definitely mine.
Yeah.